Okay, please do not be concerned. It's possible that I'm going to sound a bit depressed, but I am just worn out. Man, oh man. It's been quite a week and been a very, very interesting week. And I'm saying that I'm at a crossroads because what I got done, when you're seeing this, it will be yesterday that I did this, Saturday. You're seeing it on Sunday if you're watching the day that it's posted. I did not make video on what I thought I was going to do. And that's kind of been a theme lately. And also, I've been running into this thing where I feel like I'm just setting up, and not really making much of anything. Although I've got some very, very fun stuff coming up. I think I've figured out how to do the gate now for my friends, and they've been waiting patiently. Kind of patiently. And I got some gear coming in. I'm going to, well, I shouldn't say, should I? Excited to show what that is going to be. But made this bench and found out I had a couple problems with it. The underside is not strong enough. And the wheels are really hard to get to because it's so, they're probably too small. And I want to try and get it to match the planer table, and I'm about 4.5 inches off. And so I think I'm going to try to solve that problem. But that's what I thought I was going to work on today. But what I ended up doing after going to Goodwill and getting a few things that I've got two big needs right now. Well, it's wrong to say it's a need. I would like to get a flat-faced panini press because I've been watching some videos about recycling number 2 plastic, which are the lids of my Pepsi bottles, and man, oh man, do I have a lot of those. And it looks really fun and very doable, and so I've been going to Goodwill and garage sales and all that stuff more than usual, trying to find a cheap panini press. They're pretty cheap on Amazon. The one that I would get would be cheap enough, but I just want to see if I can find one for practically nothing. We'll see. But I ended up thinking, okay, I got to try to get this big pallet broken down that I've had for a long time now. Can I finally do it? And I've been thinking about it. As I mentioned later in the video, I've been thinking about it for a long time and had a couple of ideas and finally thought, all right, I got to try this because this wood is too cool and it's too much in the way in the garage. So that's what I worked on and finally got this pallet broken down and disassembled. And man, oh man, it was hot today. It's probably one of the hottest days that I've been working so far this year. Man, what a blessing this spring has been. Is it just because I'm old? Probably that means it should be more uncomfortable than usual. I don't remember a spring in Indiana, and I've had probably 20 years, 25 years of my life out of the state, but most of them in Indiana. I do not remember a spring this nice. Low humidity very often, cool nights. We just have not had a major heat wave, and I think that's going to change this week. And wouldn't you know it, one of the guys is off work, is off on vacation. So I'm probably going to be doing some serious overtime, which would be okay, paycheck-wise. But I think I'm getting to the point where, sorry for the delay here. I think I'm getting to the point where I am crossing over. I'm getting to the point where I got to decide kind of which way to go. Am I going to keep setting things up, kind of organizing, and it really does need to be a lot more of that, and or am I going to be getting into the groove of actually making some things? And I'm honestly not sure right now. The other major thing that is a crossroads is I have been like just not sure what to do now that this property down in Bedford sold. I have been guarding that money like I've probably never done before in my life. And just being as tight as I can possibly be budget wise to try and make sure it doesn't slip away. I got options and I need to figure it out. And I'll just be straight up. It has been a consistent thing in my life. Maybe I'm sharing a fear. Maybe I'm just sharing the reality of the situation, what has been the, standard thing. Whenever I've gotten to a point where I thought I was about to make a very positive transition, something big has happened and just messed it all up. So it's not a fear really, but it's me trying to just be objective and say, okay, if I just put all of that against debt and then the next day my truck blew up, then I'm putting myself back in a hole again. If I try to spend a little bit of it and try to see if the old truck can be fixed up and sold and get, some kind of profit return for the money that I would spend on getting it repaired, okay, great. But I could, might cost $500 to have it checked out, and then they try to fix it up, and then it either doesn't sell or it's no good anymore. It's just not worth it and just goes to a junkyard. Well, I just want to make a good choice. And I just can't tell you how many, I won't bore you here with this any more than I have to. I just can't tell you how many times it's like, oh, things are set up, and then bam. So it's been quite a time of indecision and not coasting, because I've been staying very busy and getting a lot of stuff done, but it's just about time to make a big step of some kind. And I'm really praying hard about trying to not do it out of any kind of fear, any kind of anxiety, any kind of stress, and also not out of any kind of wishful thinking, oh yeah, it's going to turn out fine, whatever, let's just do it. Not out of any kind of knee-jerk thing or any false sense of positivity that is not backed by something sensible. Okay, anyway, all of that to say, the planer has just been such a blast, and the grinder that I finally got a sandpaper pad wheel for, I've got some video that I'll be showing on that in the coming days. Man, oh man, it is revolutionary. I am so glad to get to be, this is working. It turned out that it's working. Very tempted to buy some more tools right now, and I'm really trying to be careful about that. Looking for a good deal on a decent quality drill press, and I've almost bought a couple, almost bought one 2 or 3 different times, and just decided to hold off. I really think I need to hold off, and I definitely need to organize some more in the workshop, because it's kind of filled up. Lots of wood prepped, and that has just been great. So much potential. Okay, anyway, kind of rambling, of course. Here's the main idea. The pattern of not trying to force anything has kind of been working, and today's video, the project that I'm showing in the video, is a case in point. had this massive pallet that I've had for a long time, and I got a couple of the boards off, but cracked them. And thought, man, I don't want to. This is such cool wood. I don't want to mess every single one of them up. So I've just been thinking about it for a long time, and finally got through it today. And now then I get to get the sander on it. I get them in the planer, and really interested to see what I can make with this wood. It is, yeah. So, absolutely blessed and grateful. Absolutely exhausted. That's part of the reason this is so long. Sorry, because I'm just kind of scattered. I'm really tired. But I hope you enjoy this video, and if you got any ideas about the wood, or if you got any ideas about the techniques I'm talking about here, and I look forward to sharing some short videos the coming days of some other things that I did this past week and this weekend. And I'm seriously thinking about maybe I really need to start taking a Sabbath. I really need to have at least one day a week where I'm not doing anything, and really centering and focusing and taking time for prayer and devotions and meditation. And I'm trying to get to that point, and that's another crossroads. It's like, okay, I can keep rolling with this, and I really want to try to do at least one video a day for the whole year to begin with. And yeah, well, I've got to make some choices. Last thing, real quick before the rest of the video, I had the most fascinating experience. I had a 4-day run this week that got a total of over 11,000 views, and one day had over 5,600 views for one of my videos, and that was a landmark. I haven't had a video that's gotten that many views. I have added a few subscribers. Fantastic, thanks so much. And had quite a bit of interaction. Several people were making comments, and it was great to have that interaction. And here's the wild thing. I keep having these ideas, and I am using the scare quotes, okay, I've got a video idea, and I've got a title idea, and I've got, a little patter of my little text boxes. I think this is going to get a bunch of views. And so my video for today, Saturday the 24th of June, I thought, oh yeah, this is going to stay on this roll. It's one of the lowest videos that I've had the whole time I've been doing it. And it just shows that I don't really know yet how to do the videos to really develop the interaction. So anytime it happens, it's a blessing. That's what it comes down to, and I'm grateful. And when it doesn't, it's like, okay, well, your bright ideas are not quite bright enough yet. All that being said, thanks so much for watching. Please take a look at the blood. Well, actually, I don't think I actually cut myself today. That's kind of a first. Didn't get any scratches. So no blood, but definitely some sweat. And if anything, if there were tears, they were tears of joy, because this pallet finally came apart. And thanks. Look forward to hearing from you. I look forward to sharing videos with you again soon. It is hot. I am sweating, and I think I may have figured out a way to finally get this killer huge pallet apart. I got the big crowbar, and that wasn't enough because everything was starting to crack. Then I realized if I had a wedge, maybe I could get a wedge underneath there and make that work, but that was going to deform the wood a great deal. So using these pieces that I cut off of the bed rail, I was able to set that under and then run the axe as a wedge underneath that so that it would lift it evenly. And I think it's working. A normal person would say it's not really worth it. Wow. Have I mentioned that these are 4-inch stinking nails? Ugh. All right, it took me about a month and a half to figure out a plan that I thought maybe could work, and it looks like it will. Oh, I can't wait to use this wood. On the left here is one of these 4 boards that were on this pallet, cleaned up, run through the planer. Here's a board that has the nails out of it and might need some glue up. Here are 2 boards, and I've still got to get the nails out. These 4-inch ribbed nails, good grief. And here are the 3 stringers. And man, I love this wood, and I really want to do something interesting with it. And now it's time to get some nails out. I feel so blessed and grateful that I finally got this thing apart. And the tools that I bought that I thought, oh, maybe I don't need to buy these right now, they worked. And boy, that's a bonus. Oh, it's just about beat me, but I think I'm about to get the last of these nails out. Gonna get that big old nail puller and put it to work. One of my favorite writers is a cartoonist named Matt Howarth, and one of his lines that is just genius from years and years and years of books is, "It may stop, but it never ends." The disassembly has stopped, but the cleaning up and then the repurposing has not ended and may never end, and that's okay.